Alright, you Poco X3 Pro users out there, welcome to a brand new video. Now, recently we released a video on which we told you which devices will get MIUI 14 with Android 13. But that doesn't stop us from covering Android 13 based MIUI already available for this device. Although not official, this is a port from the Redmi K40S and this is based on the China build. I do have Play Store, I do have a couple of games installed, I did run the benchmarks and I've been using it since the last 2 days. So welcome to the complete review of what MIUI 14 with Android 13 may look like on the Poco X3 Pro. But before we get into the details, if you haven't already, please subscribe because it doesn't cost you anything and it really motivates us to make amazing content like this. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so right off the bat, let's see what we have here. This is MIUI 13 Android 13 Tiramisu, that is the code name for Android 13. MIUI 13 22.10.25 weekly. Now, what that means is this is a beta update on which this port has been done. This is available for Poco X3 Pro, that means it works on Vayu and Bhima both, and released on the 6th of November. So it's been there for more than 2 weeks, and off lately I got my hands on it because remember I was not available for a week. Anyways, initial Android 13 release ported from Redmi K40S or Poco F4, a device which we are soon going to add to the channel, based on MIUI China weekly build, October security patch. So of course, it doesn't have the latest November security patch, but again, it's a port. Decrypted by default, fully debloated, read-write support and fix a lot of stuff. Now, once you boot into this particular ROM, your experience is pretty good because there are a couple of good things that they have done. When they actually mention that they have debloated it completely, they actually have debloated it because you don't really find a lot of applications and that is highly unlike MIUI. So you have very minimalistic and basic applications and you need to use Get Apps to install the Play Store and then you should be just fine. But what about the security situation, you ask? Now, as you can see, it says device is certified and we will also check if safety net is passing because I strongly feel this ROM is, something that can be used as a daily driver. So let's check safety net because safety net is important. It decides whether you'll be able to use it on your banking applications and all. So let's go to the safety net test. Bam. So safety net is passing, Play Store certification is present, Widevine L1, that means Amazon Prime and Netflix will work fine in HD videos as well. So all those things are taken care of. Now, another good thing to note on this particular ROM is the smoothness. Poco X3 Pro is a device which comes with the Snapdragon 860. It is sort of an old chip, but decently powerful to handle, some modern games and good benchmarks and overall. And in this user interface, it does show that the experience is pretty good. If you look at the system launcher in action over here, the app icon animations are present as well. And further, if we go to the launcher settings, you will see that you get sort of the latest launcher, which will probably make its way through to MIUI 14 as well. So I'm not saying you're getting the complete MIUI 14 experience over here, but you're getting something pretty comparable. And the best part here, we'll get back to launcher settings. So let's go to settings over here. Let's go to about phone and let's go to all specifications. Now, as you can see, this is Android version 13. So Easter egg. There you go. So no fake Android 13. This is the actual Android 13 available. October security patch. And this doesn't really feel like a port ROM because even if you compare it to the stock MIUI ROM for this device, this is much smoother. It has almost all the functions available to be used as a daily driver. Even if you talk about the camera application, the UI over here is the updated one. You have the document mode with different options that is available over here. So all in all, it's doing a pretty decent job of allowing you to use this ROM as a daily driver. And let me know in the comment section if you want me to make an install video because it's pretty straightforward to install MIUI ROMs. To the left, of course, you get App Vault. For some reason, I don't have Google Discover. And the most obvious thing that I can think of right now is this is a China-based build. So you don't have Google Discover on China-based ROMs. Now, we were talking about launcher settings and this is not something that I've not covered. So all the features and options that I've mentioned in the past are available and the launcher works just fine. No major issues. Now, let's talk about some important things like battery charging speed and battery backup. Charging speeds are pretty good with the 33-watt charger. It takes around 1 hour 20 minutes to charge from say 5% to 100%. pretty standard for a Poco X3 Pro, because remember, this device does come with a 5160 milliamp hour battery. And if we talk about the battery backup, trust me, it has been pretty good. Now, we've been on battery for around 27 hours. Most of the time it was on standby. And as you can see, the screen has been used for around 1 hour and 27 minutes. And we are still at a good 75%. So the battery backup is amazing and everything else feels in place. Now, if we talk about extras on this particular ROM, as you can see, everything that was available are there, including memory extension. Now you get different options of 2 GB, 3 GB and 5 GB. Now let's quickly see, if we actually go to settings and about phone, what it exactly says over here. So if you go to all specifications, you do see it says 6 plus 2 GB, right? So let's go back. Let's go to additional settings and memory extension here, and we'll change it to 5 GB and reboot the device. Now let's quickly wait for the device to reboot and see if we actually get the 5 GB of RAM extension, which is a good thing that they are giving different options, but I really don't know if it's going to make its way to the Poco X3 Pro and mid-range devices like these. All right, so the device has just done rebooting, and let's quickly go to my device and all specifications. Let's see what it says. It says 6 plus 5 GB. That's a good thing in my opinion. And over here as well, if you see in recents, it says 6 plus 5 GB. Now, as much as I know that this RAM extension is sort of a gimmick, but yes, it is seen to be working in this build. So at least on the Poco F4 and the Redmi K40s, you will have sort of a better virtual experience in my opinion. Now, apart from this, all the other features from MIUI 13 are present. Some China specific features are there as well. Even if you go to the battery user interface, you will see that you have this old sort of a look wherein you see the battery temperature, how many times have you charged and all that stuff. There is a new UI that is going to come for battery health and stuff with Android 13 and MIUI 14. We will discover that in the next video. Now, all said and done, calling is good, texting is good, Wi-Fi reception, signal reception, everything is okay, including voice over Wi-Fi. How about the performance? Because I do know that most of you guys out there who bought the Poco X3 Pro last 2 years, it has been for gaming on a budget, and gaming, it does something pretty well. So as you can see, we have Antutu benchmark over here, and if we look at the numbers of this particular benchmark, we do get 587,103, and the temperature did increase by 7.5 degrees, and we did lose about 4% of battery. Now on an average, this device gets around 560 to 570,000 on MIUI. We are getting around close to 590,000, which is somewhat custom ROM territory, and that is a good thing. Another thing to note over here is the excellent CPU throttle test score. Now, as you can see over here, we have 89% throttling, which means it did not throttle a lot, and the average score was 175 237 GIPS with a maximum score of 187 486 GIPS. So excellent consistent performance is being observed over here. At the same time, if we talk about the single core and multi-core score, you will see that the scores are pretty good here as well. 755 single core, 2618 multi-core. So, I've done my testing, and remember, the same video will be available in Hindi on our Hindi channel as well. And I can highly recommend you guys to give this a try. The link is mentioned in the description. The reason I want you guys to try it is because when you guys try it and report in the comment section, I can actually make a more detailed review and tell you guys to use it in the future or not. All in all, this port is doing a splendid job, and very excited about Android 13 on MIUI 14 for Xiaomi, Redmi and Poco devices. Hit that like button and subscribe if you've not. I'll see you in the next one. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.